Good morning, classmates. This video is a little different than the other ones. I'm on a road trip and had to get it done today, so I'm doing it from my truck. So our discussion this week is on 3 different amendments, and I have chosen the First Amendment, religious freedom, to talk about, and I'm going to talk about a case that happened here in Kentucky about 4 years ago. And it was Kim Davis. She was the county clerk for Round County, Kentucky, right outside of Lexington, and she refused to issue marriage licenses to gay couples after the Supreme Court said that that was constitutional. So the original case was Obergefell versus Hodges, and what she did was refuse on the basis of her religious liberty, and she used the excuse for not issuing marriage license that she was under God's authority. Now, I am a Christian, and morally I don't believe in gay marriage, but I am also a constitutionalist, so I feel that the Constitution takes precedence. It does say in the Bible that we are to obey man's law. That one was not harming her in any way. She took an oath to the Constitution on a Bible and swore to uphold that. By not issuing marriage licenses, she broke the law. So if you look at it at the very basic pretense of the Constitution, she had a duty to uphold that by issuing marriage licenses. And I feel like that is where that impenetrable wall of separation of church and state, that's a good example of where that wall exists. That's a line that shouldn't have been crossed. She wasn't being asked to be in a gay marriage. She wasn't being asked if she approved or disapproved of a gay marriage. All she was asked to do was issue a license so that these couples could get married, which is the law of the land, and it was legal. So the fact that she didn't do it, she committed a crime, and I was in agreement when she was jailed for contempt, and I did not support her. It's often a fine line that's drawn in some constitutional amendments. Freedom of speech would be one. You might not agree with what someone says or what they do, but they have the right to do that constitutionally. The same thing with religion. I may not agree with the law of the land. I may not look at it as moral or whatever, but it is the law of the land. And as a Christian, I am directed to obey the law. And she didn't do that. So the importance of that to me was that she used her so-called violation of religious liberty, she used it as an excuse to break the law. She was an elected official, and it clearly says in the Constitution that elected state officials must uphold the Constitution of the United States. So she didn't do that. And later on, she did pay the price. Last year, she ran for re-election in 2018, and she was soundly defeated, and now someone else holds her position. And what I really didn't like was the fact that the marriage licenses in Kentucky used to have the court clerk's name on them, and because of what she did, that's no longer the case. It just has what county you were married in, and there's no court clerk name. All because she couldn't do her job and do what she had sworn to do under the name of God. So I can understand reading the last couple of weeks, especially Jefferson's Virginia Religious Freedom Act and this First Amendment freedom of religion in the United States. You really have to look at things carefully, and I feel like she didn't do that. Miss Davis deserved everything she got, and so that is my argument for First Amendment freedom of religion and my example. And I hope you guys enjoy this and the scenery of Ohio passing me by in the background.